In this tutorial, we will learn how to create a Java application that will utilize the Amazon Cloud Textract service to extract text from an image. Here are the steps that I followed to get to this stage. Created an Amazon Cloud account, AWS account. Under the Services menu, I select the Amazon Textract service. Now, I'm going to click on the Try Amazon Textract button. Here you can upload sample images containing text to test the Amazon Textract service. All you need to do is click on the Upload Document button and see the results of extracting text from the image. There are 4 tabs providing different ways of processing the text extracted from the image. The Raw Text tab shows a blank page with rectangles around the identified text. The Forms tab shows how powerful the Amazon Textract service is. You can automatically index the extracted texts to fields of a form. The Amazon Textract service is able to identify and extract text formatted as rows and columns in a table. The Human Review tab shows the benefit of combining the Textract service with the Amazon Augmented AI, or A2I. By combining A2I and Textract, you can create workflows which leverage a combination of automation and human intelligence to deliver accurate, affordable document processing at scale. S3 is an Amazon Cloud service that provides file storage capability. The S3 service allows you to create multiple buckets. A bucket is used to organize the storage of files. A bucket can hold multiple folders and files. We need to create a S3 bucket to hold the image that we will use to test the Amazon Textract service. Here are the steps to get to this point. Pull down the Services menu. Select the S3 service under the Storage category. The next step is to click on the Create Bucket button to initialize the process of creating a new S3 bucket. We need to provide a globally unique bucket name. As any other Amazon Cloud resource, we need to select the region. To test the Amazon Textract service, we only need a simple S3 bucket with the default settings. In other words, we do not need to change anything else. The next thing we do is to click on the Create Bucket button. We need a sample image file containing text to be extracted by the Textract service. I created an image file based on a screenshot that I took of the indicated region. Now, we need to upload the image file containing the sample texts to the S3 bucket we created. Click to select the bucket you just created. Click on the Upload button. Click on the Add Files button. Navigate to the folder where you save the image file and select the file. Then, click on the Upload button. Although we are missing in this step of the tutorial, make sure to scroll down this page and click on the Upload button to actually finalize the uploading process. As mentioned earlier, we will build a Java application to test the Amazon Textract service. I will be using the IntelliJ IDE. I'm going to create a Maven-based project. If you are not familiar with Maven, here is a quick description. Maven is a tool that allows Java developers to download, install and configure third-party libraries. We need to create the dependencies block. Then inside of it, we add dependency containers, one for each library that we want to download, configure and use. Notice that we are using 2 Amazon Cloud libraries. One, to access the S3 service, and the other, to access the Amazon Textract service. Make sure to also define the dependency management container. Next, we need to implement the main class of our application. To create a new class, expand the src and main folders. Then, right-click on the Java folder, point to New, and click on Java class. Let's define the entry point of our main class. We are building a simple console Java application. Let's see now the code we need to type inside the static main method. The first thing we need to do is establish a connection to the S3 bucket that we created. In order to do that, we need to use the Amazon's 3 class. There are a few ways to pass your AWS developer's credentials. Make sure to access the Amazon official documentation to obtain a detailed description on how AWS finds your credentials. The easiest way to pass your AWS credentials is to rely on a feature of the IDE. IntelliJ provides a way for you to create profiles. A profile is a set of properties with values, defining your credentials to access your AWS account. Here is the website that explains the order of priority that the Amazon's 3 class uses to find your AWS credentials, if none is provided. We bind the Amazon S3 connection to the bucket that we created, and the image file we uploaded. With these lines, we extract the bytes of the uploaded image file. Here we build a document object based on the bytes of the image file. Do you remember, in the beginning of this tutorial, we talked about the tabs, raw text, forms and tables? Well, here is where you define one or more of those tabs as features. You can add multiple feature types, meaning multiple data formats. The reason I chose forms is because it provides the dimensions of the rectangles around the detected text. The Amazon Textract service needs to analyze a document to determine the relationships between items identified in the document. It essentially returns the analyzed information in 3 possible formats. Form data. These are key value pairs. For example, a key can be the first name and its value, John. The second data format is table. If the analyzed document identifies a table with rows and columns, it returns blocks of data representing the cells. And finally, the third format of data is lines and words. It returns blocks of data defined as lines. Each line contains subblocks of data defined as words. Here we build a new instance of the Textract client class, passing the region that we want to use. The Textract client is a class used to create a client to connect to the Amazon Textract service. All the calls made through the Textract client are blocked and will not return until the execution is complete. AWS Textract identifies and parses the text in a document and converts it into machine-readable text. Once we have a client to connect to the Amazon Textract service, we can call the AnalyzeDocument method to process our document request. The AnalyzeDocument method returns an AnalyzeDocument response instance. This response instance contains either the forms, tables or lines detected during the analysis. Whether you chose to extract forms, tables or lines of text, the response is a collection of blocks of data. By iterating over the blocks, you can see the form field values, table cells or text lines. In this tutorial, we will simply iterate over the blocks of data detected by the Amazon Textract service to print their contents. Let's see what we obtain by executing our code. Click on the right green arrow before the main method. Click on the Run Main.main option. As you can see, the Amazon Textract service extracted blocks of data from the image we provided, containing the text identified by the analyzer. Also notice that in addition to the texts, the blocks of data also contains metadata about the text. For instance, it gives you the X and Y position and size of the area where the text is located in the image. Here we have the image and the result side by side. We can identify the text on the image and the text extracted by the AWS Textract service. This is the official Amazon page containing the definition, syntax and examples on how to use the AnalyzeDocument class. By scrolling down the page, you can see the JSON syntax of the request object. This page contains the definition for the request parameters. To learn more about the feature types, take a look at the content of this page. This is the JSON response syntax. Notice the concept of blocks of data used earlier in this tutorial. Finally, let me show you the section of the page that describes the elements you expect to see in the response. You may close this tutorial